Have you ever had that nagging gut feeling, like something just doesn't add up? She's acting normal, laughing, talking, maybe even loving, but you can feel something is off. In today's video, we're uncovering the hidden secrets women erase after every affair, the subtle details she hopes you'll never notice. These aren't just random behaviors. They're rooted in real human psychology. Let's dive deep. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like to the channel, and hit the bell for more videos. Secrets she erases after every affair, and why. Deleted messages and apps. She often deletes text messages, call logs, or even entire messaging apps to wipe out digital evidence. It's fast, easy, and leaves no trace. Hidden social media interactions. She may unlike posts, unfollow someone quietly, or remove comments and DMs to avoid digital trails that might spark suspicion. Erased emotional clues. After an affair, many women act overly calm or even distant, not because they're at peace, but because they're suppressing guilt or avoiding emotional slip-ups. Changed passwords or biometric locks. Subtle security changes on her phone or devices often happen without a word. This creates a psychological boundary between her world and yours. Sudden phone privacy obsession. She no longer leaves her phone face up. It's always in her hand, on silent, or turned over. Classic signs of someone guarding secrets. Deleting photos, selfies, or location-based images that could connect her to someone else are quickly removed, especially if they were snapped impulsively. Removal of sentimental items. Anything the other man may have given her, jewelry, notes, gifts, disappear suddenly from her purse, drawers, or home. Cleared browsing history. Whether it's location searches, hotel bookings, or chats, she clears browser and location history to prevent accidental discoveries. Fake memories. Rewritten. She might start retelling stories differently, or denying events happened, suddenly rewriting history to protect herself. Sudden drop in affection, then guilt. Overcompensation. After an affair, many women feel guilt, leading to sudden mood swings, coldness, followed by overly sweet gestures to throw you off. Psychological red flags. She tries to hide, avoiding deep conversations. She steers clear of anything intimate. It's easier to avoid emotional contradiction. Rehearsed explanations. When you question something, her reply feels too polished or overly detailed, like it was practiced in advance, a shift in intuition. Your gut senses the change, and usually it's not wrong. She'll try to dismiss it, but intuition often signals hidden truths. Fake, busy schedule. She suddenly has work meetings, errands, or long hangouts with friends. Times when she's unreachable or vague about details. Deleting call records from unknown numbers, especially late-night calls or names saved under false identities. Erase to avoid pattern tracking, things she'll never admit out loud. Emotional affair was more important than the physical. Many women value emotional connection. She might erase texts not because they were sexual, but because they were emotionally revealing. She lied by omission, not just words. It's not always about what she says, it's what she doesn't say that protects the truth. She fears regret more than getting caught. Psychologically, she may be more terrified of losing the emotional thrill than facing confrontation. She might still be in touch, secretly. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's over. DMs, burner accounts, or alternative apps can keep affairs alive in silence. She's hoping you'll never look deeper. Many cheaters bank on one thing, that their partner won't dig. That's the real shield, your trust. Sudden interest in self-discovery activities. She might claim to be taking time for herself, yoga retreats, journaling, or solo travel, often uses cover for detachment. Becomes overly critical of you. To justify her actions to herself, she may begin to find faults in you that were never issues before. Becomes defensive over small questions. Even simple questions like, "Where were you?" or "Who texted you?" spark defensive or irritated reactions. New friendships you don't know about. She talks about a new friend often, someone you've never met or even seen. Increased focus on personal appearance. She suddenly hits the gym more, buys new lingerie, or changes her style, not necessarily for you. Mysterious charges or hidden receipts. Unfamiliar credit card transactions. Missing receipts or odd cash withdrawals start showing up. Quickly ends conversations about commitment. She becomes vague or cold when discussing long-term goals or plans with you. Deletes or hides shared locations. Previously open about location sharing. Now it's turned off or glitching. Suspicious use of work as a cover. Late hours, weekend meetings, or sudden business trips with no explanation. Avoids eye contact when confronted. She may avoid looking you in the eye when you're asking serious questions. A subconscious sign of guilt. More signs she's hiding something. Fake text names in her phone. She saves contacts under fake names like Tina or Uber to throw off suspicion. Creates drama to distract you. She starts unnecessary arguments so you're too emotionally confused to think clearly. Sudden obsession with privacy and space. Boundaries become exaggerated. She wants more personal space, more time alone, but offers no clarity. Over-explaining where she was. She gives long, detailed stories, even when you didn't ask for them, often to overcompensate for lies. Deletes voice notes or audio messages. Affairs don't always happen in text. Voice messages can be emotional giveaways, and they're often the first to be erased. Keeps devices on airplane mode. This prevents new messages from popping up while you're around. Blocks the other person temporarily, then unblocks later. A sneaky trick. She'll block him only when you're close, and quietly unblock when alone. Deletes Google Maps or rideshare history. She may hide where she's been by wiping her travel history from apps. Starts using a secondary phone or app. Burner phones or secret accounts on Telegram, Signal, or Snapchat become her go-to. She lies with a smile. Guilt sometimes hides behind a smile, pretending everything is fine while knowing it's not. Psychological patterns. You shouldn't ignore her love language suddenly changes. If she once valued quality time and now prefers gifts or distance, it may be emotional masking. Laughs off suspicion too quickly. If she makes jokes or mocks your concern, she may be deflecting. Spends more time getting ready, alone. She gets dressed up more frequently, but avoids taking photos or inviting you along. Random emotional disconnect. She feels emotionally cold or numb, not just to you, but to everything. Stops posting you online. You vanish from her social media. No more couple photos, tags, or stories. Says, you deserve better, randomly. It may sound like humility, but it could be a subtle admission of guilt or her way of detaching emotionally. She gets angry when you ask basic questions. Even harmless questions about her day get met with sharp tones or eye rolls. Changes in intimacy patterns. She may suddenly crave more intimacy to hide guilt, or completely withdraw due to emotional conflict. Erases calendar history or appointments. If she once shared calendars with you, those events may now mysteriously disappear. Repeatedly tells you everything's fine, but acts otherwise. The more she insists everything's normal, the more likely something isn't. Conclusion. If you're feeling confused, gaslit, or emotionally off balance, don't ignore it. Affairs aren't just about what happens physically. They're psychological, emotional, and strategic. She may erase the evidence, but behavior speaks louder than deleted messages.